Yo! Yo! Ja, maar ja, dan moet je gedaan. Zo! Hey! Zo! Hey! Zo! Well, hello. Lovely to see you all. How are you? Very good, very good. Oh, well, my name is Professor Asterix. Hello, Marley. It's lovely to see you again, little Marley girl. Hello. Now, my friend Professor Hope was meant to be introducing this today, but he's feeling, he's not feeling himself. He's feeling a little, he's feeling a bit sad, Professor Hope, so we're hoping that in the next hour, we might be able to wake Professor Hope back up. Now, you might be thinking, imagination, I'm going to be given all the ingredients and the answers. The answers. You always want the answers in universities, don't you? How do I take my notes to find the clues to the test, to pass the test, to get the job, to pay the taxes, to buy the house, to then what? To want to feel something? So softly and gently, we're going to try and unpick some of them patterns so you feel that joy that a 2-year-old feels. Of course you should laugh. Of course you should be a bit more relaxed. Of course you should bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. Feel that heartbeat of yours. And we're going to get there by relating. Stop thinking up here and relating. So you have 15 minutes and you have an assignment. You have to find 4 people, get into a group, self-organised like the way our cells do, get the heck outside, and in those 15 minutes draw into your attention. Excuse me. Yes, Marley? I love you very much. Yes, will you give me a minute? I'm talking to a bunch of people about the meaning of life. You're going to go out and you're going to do one thing. Together, as a group of 5, you're going to draw into your attention one other species or one other element. You know, we share this rock with 7 million species. 20 billion other living beings are alive right now. So for the next 15 minutes, you do one thing. You draw into attention the other species, and then you share your stories with each other. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Clock started, self-organised, off you go. Bye. Well, what does it mean to have an imagination, hey? What does that mean? What does it mean? And does our economy reward an imagination? I'm going to take you now all the way over to the United States of America. And you get to sit back and relax as I get to be the star interviewed in Berkeley. And, you know, I always put you fancy. So enjoy this. And then afterwards we might sing for you. You might be feeling a little bit... Oh, thank you so much, Marley. You might be feeling a little bit discombobulated. You might be feeling like you don't know what's about to happen. Well, would it be a surprise if I told you the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour right now and you're on a tilt? Do you think maybe you should feel a little bit discombobulated? Do you think maybe that's not really real, that you're actually in the universe? So maybe you need to get out of relation to get back into relation. Enjoy the video, see you on the other side. Bye. It goes for about 15 minutes, so sit back, relax, take your shoes off, scratch your hair, enjoy.
All right, we're at Funding the Commons, Earth Commons, and we have a very special guest today, Professor Asterisk, who is just on stage. Welcome, Professor.
Thank you very much for having me.
And what brings you to the Funding the Commons, Earth Commons event?
Well, I've been brought here actually because one of my fellow professors, Professor Hope, he's dying. And we've been reaching out to you as a species to help bring him back to life. So we've created a new country for you all, a space between, to come and bring together all the problems that we've had in the past and try and work out how we can build a future we need. So I'm here in Embassy for Imagination.
Okay, so a new country, what does that mean?
Well, I don't know, you know, there's 190 of them. Someone says country, draws some lines, and then like puts some people in it. And we thought, all right, well, let's make one, call it IMAGI-NATION, and then help human beings come and wake up their imagination, get back to relation with nature. Don't be such wankers about holding on to all the knowledge. Pass it on. Get on with it.
And so this doesn't exist in a specific geography, Imagination?
Well, it's sort of like, you know, Matt, in your head, you go to sleep and you have lots of stuff going on. I imagine you look like a clever fellow with lots of thoughts. And we have our imagination activated all the time. And this particular place, it lives in the most imaginative thing, or one of the most imaginative things we've done, the internet. So we can go hang out in there. It's an alternative to these, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think they're very social, these networks, you know, these big advertising agencies that sell us heaps of shit and steal all our attention. So we built a relational network, an economy that can be traded on reputation, on knowledge, on time, on opportunities. We claim in time together. And when you think about the commons, that common health has got to be driven by commonwealth. And the most commonwealth we got is knowledge. And at the moment, we're acting a bit brattish and a bit immature, just holding on to it ourselves like we own it. A great friend of mine, Ray Charles, once said, none of us own the notes. We're lucky enough to hold them for a little bit, and then we pass them on. So that's what we're doing.
What's an example of a piece of knowledge that is being held onto in our current society that Imagination helps to liberate?
Well, I think anyone that has any trademark anywhere in the world, that's an example. We don't own it. There was dinosaurs here, big ones. And then we've been around for a long time watching you all, seeing all these other species come and go. You don't own it. You know it for a little bit. And it's a piece of the puzzle. That's a better way to think about it. So whether you have this literal meaning that you can translate, like, I'm an expert in this certain part of legal legislation, and I've worked out how to codify that into a variety of blocks, that I will codify the blocks and I will put the robots into the blocks. And I've said so many words that you're now so confused that you feel like I'm an expert. That's not knowledge. It's confusing. Real knowledge meets each other, translates. That's what real knowledge holders do.
So, Professor, before this interview, because I've never actually interviewed Professor Asterisk before.
Well, there's only one of me, so that's good news. Unless my sister is going around dressing up as me again, that would be very confusing. Cheryl, she's a bit of a daft one. She's got like funny in the head.
Does she have hair like yours?
No one has hair like me, buddy.
So, well, one of your friends told me that part of your work is around indigenous knowledge systems. Help me understand the linkages.
Well, I couldn't claim that. No, that would be that fella. He a real troublemaker, you see. He comes from a place called Wagga Wagga. And so they had to name it twice just so they could remind him how to say it. Like sometimes he's a bit simple in the head, that fella. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not an expert in indigenous knowledge systems. You were picked up by my accent. I've been co-opted by the British and then I escaped. So actually I escaped this like sort of, control and command, build the castles, get them under control. They used me as a spokesperson. I was there as a jester for some of the greatest kings you've ever known. And then I thought, nah, there's relations outside beyond these castle walls. Look at all those other animals, 7 million of them. All those other people. I don't want to live in a castle and lock them out. So I wrote a book called Hoodie Economics. It's going to be a bestseller, you see. There's this other guy who's saying that he wrote it. But anyway, that's really what I'm about. I'm about relations, bringing the marginal knowledge to start the design queue, creating some trading routes, get on with it, be smarter. See you later. We'll go on to the next planet.
So Hoodie Economics, is that Tyson Yunkaporta?
No. Tyson, he wrote Sand Talk. Like, he did a wonderful, wonderful job at that. Like, brilliant. But I'm the economist, I wrote Hoodie Economics. I put a hoodie and economics together. And you can eat your donut when you're reading it too and have your donut economics. I'm very clever.
So who's this other guy saying that he wrote it?
Oh, he's a fraud.
Is his name Jack Manning Bancroft?
Yeah, don't talk to him.
Okay, gotcha.
He got a little bit too much charisma. You got to watch them.
Okay.
That's one of the other problems of these systems we inherited, isn't it? Charismatic leaders. You can't even say it properly with an accent like mine.
So Hoodie Economics, this book coming out, what's it about?
It's already out there, yeah. It's in the book.
It's already out. So Hoodie Economics.
You got to read it, brother. It's a great read.
Okay, so Hoodie Economics.
I spent all this time in a forest, underneath a rock, underneath a worm, and dug 10 metres into the ground with a little bit of a sidestep through this other tunnel. And then when I went through the tunnel, I said, hello, this badger. And I sat down there in this little writing hollow, and I wrote this book from the core of the earth to you.
And so what are some of the key messages of Hoodie Economics?
Well, we got to relate first. And to build a relational economy, we need our imagination activated, my bro, which is so nice because I can feel you. You're a bit nervous talking to me before the camera came on, and you see me now. And for the rest of the day, you'll see a bit different. You've opened up that little portal. And when you're imagining, we can move past getting stuck about race and our differences. We can get into the design. We can unlock our trauma. We can make the bridges we need in our mind, in our soul, in our being for tomorrow. Then there's, like death, like every organisation should die. Like we probably should have worked that one out. So setting intentional death dates. And there's some paintings in there. There's a few other magical things hopefully you like.
Is that what you meant by death pledge?
Yeah, take the death pledge. Get on with it.
So if I took a death pledge, what does that mean?
Well, organisationally, like what is bullshit that you live forever? It's a lie.
Right. So we make these corporations, but they don't actually have expiration dates.
Yeah, we hit it. Like we can't even say the word death without going, ooh.
Right.
We're all going to die. And so we're like, oh, well, scared of our death. So let's make these organisations called Live On Forever, Never Gonna Die. Perpetual, never gonna die, never gonna die, never. I'm scared of dying. I want my mum to hug me. I'm a CEO of a big building in a top floor, lonely, crying myself to sleep. Gonna die. In relation, so work out how you're going to pass on the notes and create a marketplace for everybody else afterwards. Knowledge shared. Meet the rest of the organisations, all in relation. Don't have to have the pressure forever. Don't have to be a fake. Don't have to be a hero. Don't have to wear a mask. Don't have to be a puppet. Be you. Do it well. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Then get out of here. Pass it on. Death date.
And what did you have to say in Hoodie Economics about custodianship?
Well, it's just that, as a species, I've been observing that what you're meant to be, humans, is in relation with nature, and you're part of nature. And the role of a human being, you're a very, 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 very good listener when you want to be. Some of you Americans talk a bit too much. But for the most part, you can listen, you can learn, and you can translate. It's in you. You can actually talk to other animals. You can learn from them, and you can pass on the knowledge. We're meant to be in the land, in this earth. That's what a custodian is. Someone who shepherds it all. And not out of some duty servicing. It's cool. It's cool hanging out with a platypus.
And how do we pass on the knowledge to the next generation after us?
Well, you got to work it out yourself, bro. You got to do some of the work. You can't ask me for all of it. I'll be here. I'll walk along with you, and we've got to sense make it together. That's how you do it. You ask that question, not to me, but to you and to the other guys behind the camera and to the people watching, and we share it. Stop looking to the people outside the margins for the answers or the theories and start applying them together. And we'll make up our new collaboration language in between. We'll make up the vocab we need in between imagination, custodianship, what we got and what we need.
So, Professor, this relational economy sounds great.
Are you going to get me a coffee soon? You said I'll get a coffee.
No, do you drink coffee?
Are you getting me How long is this interview going? My agent's going to call soon. You feel like it might be going over time, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll refund the speaker fee that you paid.
You're going to refund it?
Yeah.
I paid you a speaker fee.
You didn't know that.
This is some very poor economic modelling. I feel extorted.
So
you're doing very well, I think.
I've been hearing this term a lot lately, composting late stage capitalism. And people talking about this transition, and you talk about this relational economy, and that sounds great, but like, do you have any thoughts on how we get there or what the transition looks like?
Yes.
And would you like to share some of those?
Yeah, we shift our time, we shift our attention, and we shift our intention with that attention.
That simple.
Yes, sir.
And so how many people are part of IMAGI-NATION?
Well, we've been working on it for 20 years around the world. So there's been 52 countries we've learnt from. There's been hundreds of thousands of people we've connected with. And now we're looking to focus on 5,000 people that can be the relational outposts, the embassies for all of us, to be able to create the trading routes we need to navigate that very challenges here between what we've got and where we need to get to. And so that translation group will hopefully be the sort of legacy citizens of imagination. And then we'll do some like systems change stuff. And by the way, I'm going to be on a TV show. So that's in imagination, where we're making a professor's show to help capture all the knowledge and all the stuff that's going on. And yeah, there'll be a few other things coming out and tools and wisdom. And we've got to do it all, you know, we've got to do it all at once. We've got to work how to shift the credit rating, what we value in our organizations and schools and homes and citizens. So we'll do that with our visas. We've got to help really charge up the systems change citizens and help them not try and control it all with making sense, but sense, then make. And then we need tools. We need big story, big story that can wake us up and keep us going. Texts that can cut through for the 15-year-olds who are feeling nervous and anxious from these never-ending tick, 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 tick things they all got to digest all the time. Parents that don't know how to talk to their kids. CEOs that want to change but don't know a path. We've got to translate. That's a job, and we can do the job together. It's been a pleasure being interviewed by you. That was the last question, wasn't it?
Well, I have one more question.
Oh, okay.
We're at Funding the Commons, Earth Commons Conference. What do you think of this place? And also curious what you make of the conversations about crypto and Web3.
Look, I think it's all important, you know. I think the most important part of the idea of a commons, of really finding that commonality, the ally, is we've got to spend as much time, like at least 30% of our budgeted time and resources, on relating to each other. So really working out where we fit and where we fit with others. If we try to be the heroes and we just put a different cloak on and then we call it crypto or we do it in the internet, then we're going to get unstuck. When we're in relation with each other, we spend the time focusing on our relations with each other, the time in between us, that tough time to translate between different species and different races and spaces. In that tough translation, that's where we'll get the knowledge and the wisdom. And I'm hopeful that this group is ready to take that on. I really am.
If anyone's watching or listening, how do they get involved in Imagination and with Hoodie Economics?
Well, we'll find you, or you can do the internet thing. You look up AIMEmentoring.com and you can buy Hoodie Economics in any good bookstore. And if they're not there, well, you can go to the internet again.
Professor Asterisk, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. So check out Hoodie Economics and AIME Mentoring. There's links in the show notes. And give it up for our first ever puppet on this show.
Thank you. And you look out for my sister, everybody. She's a fraud. One of the things I feel lucky that I've been taught by the Indigenous knowledge holders of this land and in other lands around the world is that you have to give it away to keep it. Give it away to keep it. There's a good echo there. That's dramatic. And that you can reward relational energy. You can reward a smile. So right now I want to give you something from me to you, for anyone that's smiling. We won't do the song just yet, we're just going to give a gift. Thanks very much. If you can bring the mic down a little bit, that'd really help me as well. Thanks very much for that. All right, the gift is, if you're smiling, inside or outside, a couple of our friends are going to give you a gift right now. I think there's a couple of things floating for you. If you've got a smile inside of you, it doesn't have to be outward facing. But if you meet a smile, you know, a smile, if you give a smile freely to a friend, it can cause for change in a heart. It can rearrange a heart. So I just want to give something from me to you for a minute. Thanks, Brendo. Thanks, Arthur. And while we're doing that, would you be able to help give me a round of applause for my 6.5-year-old companion who's operating my left arm over here? Could you give us a round of applause? Thank you. Well done, little one. And for the 2-year-old who's narrating the whole journey, Marley, well done to you too. Thanks so much for your effort. It's really good. Thank you. Okay. All right. And then the other thing I've learnt from the Indigenous knowledge holders here is it's all in the song. It's not left brain, right brain. That's why you love a Mozart. It's why you love a Beethoven. It's why the boom, boom, boom gets you. Because it's a squiggle in between. It's the spirit. The spirit sings. So I finish with a song for you. A smile, a dream of joy and unity is all it takes when all's at stake. A light shining bright into the sea when all seems dark. We've lost our spark. We've abandoned trust for truth, relations for transaction, and love, how we let that go, for personal gain. And you know what? In the face of our complexities, the difference actually makes us much more. The same. And that's why, it's why I believe in magic. It's why I believe in magic. It's why I believe in magic today. Thank you for your smiles. Thank you for your kindness. A smile, hey? A smile freely given to a friend can cause for change. Hearts rearranged, and love feel like magic without end until there's fear, the path unclear. We have cut ourselves off from the nature of relations, severed our ties to country. When we think that we are all alone, the truth is we're connected, always, and always will be. It's why I believe in magic. It's why I believe in magic. It's why I believe in magic today. It's why I believe in you. In your curiosity for turning up to an event with imagination in it. in your spirit and saying yes to walking outside or having a conversation with a stranger. That's where it begins. It's why I believe in magic. It's why I believe in magic. It's why I believe in magic and an erratic left hand. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.
We want to try and work out where do dreams come from. So what do you think? Where do dreams come from?
From dream time?
What are dreams?
Comes from your imagination.
What is that?
It's like a world of things that you think of.
What do you guys dream about?
Riding a unicorn and a turtle on its back.
A turtle on the back of the unicorn, or the turtle and the unicorn next to each other with you sort of one leg on each?
Next to each other, I'd say.
Next to each other.
Who's powering the movement?
A cheetah.
What do you dream about?
Being rich.
Echiloto chichi.
I want to know, what's a dream?
A train is something that runs on the rails, and it takes people from Brooklyn to the Bronx, or from Queens to Brooklyn.
Who makes dreams?
Us.
The brain?
I reckon dreams are clouds what like are in your head, and like they picture all the stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do actually.
I think I go to sleep and my bed takes me to this stuff.
Your bed takes you.
Yeah, it kind of flies and takes me to these places when I sometimes have dreams.
What is your dream? Do you have a dream?
I dreamed about dinosaurs.
You can dream about like you're in a forest or a jungle.
I have dreams when I'm a green guy who can turn into animals.
Who invented dreams?
Martin Luther King.
When do you reckon the first ever dream was ever had?
1981.
So since 1981, when the first dream was had, have all people since that moment been able to dream?
No.
Why do you think no?
Sometimes people need to see stuff and hear stuff to dream. Or some people don't because they can just stay up and don't go to sleep.
Yeah, I reckon every kid has a dream. But sometimes you have a scary dream, like on Halloween you might have a scary dream. And those bad dreams are so, like scary. Sometimes you dream about when you are in a scary hotel where there's vampires and zombies and skeletons that are still alive.
How much do you think dreams cost to make?
$10.
$10?
That's a well-priced dream.
What do you think, Bob?
The amount that you have to pay the hospital to get yourself out of your mom's belly.
What is psychology?
Psychology. We don't know the word that we call psychology. And that word is confusing us. We don't know. Psychology. Psychology.
Why do you think we use imaginations? Why as human beings, why do we have an imagination?
You can go off into far places.
I don't know. It's hard. Really hard.
Why is it hard?
It's just hard.
Well, that might be our time.
Wow.
Gee, it's nice to just grab some space for now, eh? To dream a little bit. What do you reckon? Has it been good? Hey, I'm actually looking for my friend. His name is Professor Dream. Anyone seen him? Oh, there you are, mate. Oh, I've been looking for you all day. Hey, we've been having a good time in here, dreaming and kind of, grabbing some space back from that big, crazy world,
Yeah. Hi, Dream.
Hey, mate.
Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too, as usual.
Look at all these people out here.
I don't know.
Ooh, I wonder if they dream.
Yeah, I think they might be.
Well, we just listened to some of our young people sharing what a dream is.
Yeah, gee, weren't they curious young people?
Yeah, dreams.
Yeah.
What do you think about leaving space in between?
Kind of like we just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're so keen to fill the space.
Hey, Dream,
Yeah?
have you seen that old fella, Professor Hope, lately?
Hope. Well, he's hard to see sometimes,
Yeah.
but I believe in him.
Yeah, me too. I'm seeing him less and less, actually. Oh?
Hey, Hope.
Hi.
It's him.
It's him.
Thanks, guys. Suppose we should finish with a song then. Space before tomorrow becomes a yesterday. Leave the space for every memory to have its time to stay and play, to breathe and then to play with us, to sing and dance again. And through the gift of story, there will always be a friend. And as we find ourselves together, know this too shall pass. So we must always remember to leave space for those who've passed. Just leave space to be. Just leave space to be. Just leave space for song and laughter, for the words they cannot say. Leave the space for deepest magic and the thoughts that aren't too grave. Just leave space for us together to find another way. A space for understanding all our lives to be okay, to not know all the answers, to sit in between the future and the past. We have everything we need. Just leave space to be. Just leave space. Just leave space for all that can be, all that was and all that will, and release the pressure on you and fly like eagles will. So we clap and stomp our feet, and we sing and then we cry. Hello, Marley, and then we'll fly. Oh, Marley, it's lovely to see you here today. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I hope you enjoy my ingredients in the cookbook. They're a start or a finish. There's something in between. Take them and make them what you will. If you want to play with us in imagination, come along when you want to. Just leave space for yourself, for each other, for the next lecture in 30 minutes. It's already inside you, imagination. Genius level imagination you have at 5 years old. 3% of 35-year-olds have a genius level imagination yet. You better believe you're going to need it more in the next century than ever before. You don't know the answers, humans. The systems are breaking. You're going to need each other and your imagination. We're here to remind you of that. Thank you for joining us in the AIME team. If you want to hang out with us more, visit us in Imagination, the world's first digital country. Just leave space to be. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.